Your dog just tried to tell you something, and you walked right past them. You didn't mean to. You were busy, distracted, scrolling through your phone, and in that single moment, something shifted inside them. They felt it, deeply. Most people think dogs just want food and belly rubs, but the truth is so much more complex than that. What you're about to discover will fundamentally change how you see your dog every single day. I'm talking about 7 heartbreaking signs that your dog feels ignored, signs that are happening right now, and you might not even realize it. So hit that subscribe button right now, because understanding these signs could completely transform your relationship with your best friend. And when we get to number 4, ask yourself if your dog does this too, and tell me in the comments because I read every single one. Let's start with something that happens in thousands of homes every single day. You come home after work, and your dog is there waiting. But instead of their usual explosive greeting, they do something different. They bring you a toy. Not just any toy, their favorite one, the one they sleep with, the one they guard, and they drop it at your feet and just stand there, staring at you. Most people think this is cute. They think their dog just wants to play. But here's what's really happening. Your dog is offering you the most valuable thing they own because they've noticed you've been distant. They're trying to reconnect with you using the only currency they have. It's not about play. It's about repair. It's their way of saying, please notice me. Please see me. I'm giving you everything I have. When you ignore that toy, when you step over it and keep walking, your dog doesn't just feel disappointed. They feel invisible. They've just made the biggest gesture they know how to make, and it didn't work. That confusion, that feeling of being unseen, it registers in their nervous system as a form of emotional pain. Now think about this next one because it's going to surprise you. Your dog starts following you from room to room, but they're not excited about it. There's no tail wagging. They're just there, shadowing you, sitting outside the bathroom door, standing in the hallway while you're in the kitchen. People call this clingy behavior, and they get annoyed by it. But your dog isn't being needy for no reason. They're monitoring you because they've learned that if they don't stay close, you disappear emotionally. You're physically present, but you're not really there. You're on your laptop, on your phone, talking to someone else, and your dog has figured out that the only way to get even a small piece of your attention is to never leave your side. It's not clinginess, it's survival mode. They're holding on to whatever connection they can get because anything is better than nothing. And the saddest part, the more you push them away when they do this, the harder they try. It becomes a cycle. They feel ignored, so they follow closer. You feel crowded, so you push back. They feel more ignored, and it spirals. Here's where it gets even deeper. Your dog stops eating normally. The food sits in the bowl for hours. You start worrying. You change brands. You add toppings. You take them to the vet, and everything comes back fine. But the problem isn't physical. It's emotional. Dogs are social eaters. In the wild, eating is a communal event. It requires a sense of safety and connection. When a dog feels emotionally disconnected from their person, when they feel ignored or abandoned even while you're still in the house, their appetite can shut down. It's not that they're not hungry, it's that their nervous system won't let them relax enough to eat. Food doesn't feel safe when the relationship doesn't feel safe. You might be sitting right there in the next room, but if you haven't really looked at them, really engaged with them in days, they're eating alone. And for a dog, eating alone when their pack is present is a sign that something is terribly wrong. Then there's the behavior that breaks my heart every time I see it. Your dog stops bringing you things. They used to bring you their ball, a stick from outside, a random sock. It was annoying sometimes, sure, but then it stops. Completely. And you think, great, they finally grew out of it. But they didn't grow out of it. They gave up. Bringing you objects is one of the primary ways dogs try to interact with you. It's an invitation. It's them saying, let's do something together. Let's connect. When that invitation gets ignored over and over, they stop sending it. It's not maturity. It's resignation. They've learned that their attempts to engage you don't work anymore, so why keep trying? This is one of the quietest forms of heartbreak in dogs, because it doesn't look like a problem. It looks like improvement. Your house is less chaotic. Your dog is calmer. But what's really happened is they've stopped believing you're interested in them. Now let's talk about something even more subtle. Your dog starts sleeping in a different spot, not just occasionally. Consistently. They used to sleep in your room, on your bed, right next to you. Now they're sleeping in the hallway, or in another room entirely. You might think they just want more space or they're hot, but here's what's actually happening. Dogs sleep where they feel safe and connected. When they move away from you during sleep, they're not seeking independence. They're protecting themselves from the pain of being near someone who doesn't see them anymore. It's too hard to be that close to you and still feel alone. So they create physical distance to match the emotional distance they're already experiencing. It's a form of self-preservation, and the truly devastating part is that this distance becomes a feedback loop. You get used to them not being there. They get used to you not noticing, and the gap just keeps growing. Here's one that most people completely misread. Your dog starts acting out, chewing things they shouldn't, having accidents in the house even though they're fully trained, barking at nothing, and the immediate response is frustration, punishment, more distance. But this behavior isn't defiance, it's desperation. When a dog feels chronically ignored, when their normal attempts to connect have all failed, they will do whatever it takes to get a reaction, even if that reaction is negative, because in their mind, anger is still attention. Being yelled at is still being seen. It's heartbreaking when you understand it. Your dog would rather be scolded than be invisible. They're not trying to punish you. They're screaming for you to notice them in the only way they have left. And when that behavior gets punished without addressing the root cause, the emotional neglect, it just confirms what they already feared, that they don't matter to you anymore. And finally, the one that should alarm every dog owner. Your dog stops making eye contact. They used to look at you constantly, those big soulful eyes checking in, seeking connection, reading your face. When you walk into a room, they don't lift their head. Eye contact in dogs is one of the most intimate forms of communication they have. It releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone in both of you. It's how they feel connected to you on a chemical level. When a dog stops seeking that eye contact, they've stopped seeking that bond. It's not stubbornness, it's grief. They've tried to connect with you in every way they know how, and it hasn't worked, so they stop trying. This is the final stage of feeling ignored, and it's the one that's hardest to come back from, because by the time you notice it, the damage is already deep. So what does all of this mean? It means your dog isn't just a pet that needs food and walks. They're a living being with emotional needs that are just as real as yours. They need to be seen. They need to be acknowledged. They need to know they matter. And when those needs go unmet, they don't just accept it. They suffer, quietly, loyally, right beside you. The good news is this is fixable. It starts with presence, real presence, not just being in the same room, but actually being with them. 5 minutes of focused attention, real eye contact, genuine interaction is worth more than 5 hours of distracted coexistence. Put the phone down, get on the floor, look at them, talk to them, play with them. Let them know they're not invisible. If this hit home for you, if you recognized your dog in any of these signs, please hit that like button and subscribe, because understanding your dog's emotional world is the first step to healing it. And I want to hear from you. Does your dog do any of these things? Have you noticed them pulling away? Tell me in the comments. Let's figure this out together. Your dog is waiting. Don't make them wait any longer.